Damon, you let me know when you're ready to go.
Yeah, go.
You want me to do the intro song?
Damon, you let Stupido know when you're ready to go.
Okay, go.
Ready?
Could not be
Is that
more
the
ready.
start of the song?
No, I was asking. Ready?
Could
He
not
said,
be
"Okay,
more
go."
so.
Oh, wait, not anymore.
Damon's enthused.
Tell me when, day, man.
I'm fucking ready.
Oh,
I think he's ready.
talking to Peaches. Peaches is keen. Talking to Peaches. Peaches is queen.
All that just for that.
Welcome to the
Yes,
Top
but-
5
that just for that.
podcast.
It was
Today with our special guest, Peaches.
Hi.
And we are going to have our roll call after that wonderful, wonderful introduction song.
I loved it. I'm not gonna lie.
It was heat.
It was.
It'll also be
it
the
was
exit
heat.
song.
It was heat.
I can't wait for the second version.
Yeah, me
Oh,
too.
there's
Same
an
song.
instrumental
Let's
part.
Same song. Second verse, same as the first.
Just talk about peaches.
Fucking God.
We can all sing along.
Oh, man.
I'm already sick of your shit. That's who I am. Hello. I'm already sick of your shit. Here for the
Wow.
Can we start?
podcast.
Can we start the roll call?
That
Can we get
I
it back
did.
together?
I did
Yeah.
mine. I'm sick of your shit. Hello, everybody.
Okay.
Stupido Einsteiny here of your Tampa Bay Rays.
Chalk Banana of your Philadelphia Phillies.
Leopold Pollersbeck for your Tampa Bay Devil Rays.
Yeah.
And always in our
yeah.
hearts and in our minds.
In our souls.
And in our
Okay.
DMs.
And welcome, Peaches.
Yeah, Peaches of the Texas Rangers, and also
Ooh.
the Kansas City Smoke, because I do a lot of time in fake baseball.
I don't know what the Kansas City Smoke is. That MLN?
Yeah, we'll talk about it. That's
MLN.
my MLN team. I GM two of these fuckers. So,
Hi.
Nice. Who else do you GM?
Damon.
Oh, you D. Okay, I think you meant two teams. You DM two of these.
I also
DM
thought
two
that.
of these fuckers.
And I was
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah, okay.
I was about to say, oh, shit.
No.
Peaches has an alt.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
No,
Are you fats?
no, actually,
No, okay.
I'm Lindros.
I was
I
under the
only half
impression
get
that
that
we all
reference.
are.
Luke from
Or all.
Quick Down.
Yeah.
I,
Quick.
I will walk out of this podcast.
Quick, deep
I will walk
breathing
out of
into
this
the mic.
podcast.
No one. It was like
No,
a
the breathing's
pun.
fine.
It was a
Oh.
joke. I'm
Nope.
not going.
We're not going down that. There's nope.
Can
Nope,
someone
nope,
ping
nope.
Brunt?
I will turn this podcast around.
Ping Brunt.
Okay. Peaches,
Hi.
we have questions for you. That's what we do on the
I
show.
have
I don't know,
answers.
Oh, that's right. We do.
have you watched
Wait,
the
we do
an episode of the
things?
top 5?
Yeah, so I tend to catch most episodes. I've only missed one or two, I think. But I do watch it, and I use it as background noise quite a bit.
Nice.
Awesome. We're happy to be everyone's background noise at
Mhm.
random times. I love how people say I miss a couple as if they're not all there for whenever you're ready for
Well,
'em.
yeah, I
But,
usually
like,
try and stay
it's not like you don't have
when
to
it comes
listen at all. I was
Yeah,
totally
when it
fine.
comes to podcasts, though, like I really like to stay current, but I don't like to go back. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
So
I know what you mean, but I'm the exact opposite.
I'm a big I watch The Yard. I don't know if you know what The Yard is.
I do not.
I have a yard.
I do.
It's a podcast. But I really enjoy following them too, and they do weekly episodes.
So if you miss a week, you don't go back and listen to it?
Most of the time, no.
Huh.
So, I mean, sometimes I'll go back and listen to like a 5-month-old episode because like I just have nothing better to put on.
Got it.
Well, none
Yeah,
of
like
ours are even 5 months old yet.
Yeah,
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
So I'll tend to go back and watch old ones if it's like not current. But I do like to keep current with my podcast. I just don't feel like I have enough time to consistently check like
Yeah.
the pods.
I feel that.
I feel like we have a solid level of quality,
Of course, I folded.
a consistent level of quality. So I think
Yeah,
wherever you drop
I
in, you're
really
going to find it.
enjoy. I really enjoy actually listening to you guys chit chat. It really does feel like a fake baseball community in a way, if that makes any sense.
It does.
It
It
doesn't
does.
just feel like it doesn't just feel like a podcast. It definitely feels like a fake baseball podcast. So
Well, nice.
Should there be an immaculate
Cardinals
inning?
win.
No. Should there be an immaculate inning? And what should it be?
Oh wow, we're going deep so early.
inning. See, that's the thing is like, I feel like just the triple strikeout. You know,
Ooh,
if you just manage the triple strikeout, I feel like that just counts as the immaculate inning.
about
Interesting.
3 of the same result of any
Yeah.
out.
Most people, I would
But I
say,
feel like, but for immaculate, I feel like you need the strikeout.
most
That
people
is
I've
true.
seen,
No, it's
or at least one opinion I've seen, is like, that isn't really like an accomplishment because you just randomly got like a middle diff. Like you didn't even get the
See,
highest
yeah.
diff.
And that's the thing about MLR ranges is that the strikeout range is kind of in the middle there.
Right.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why
So-
I thought it was like anything 450 and above.
We'll say
3
Yeah,
dips to
that's
450
pretty
and
fair.
above.
Anything that would have been a DP and above the entire time, yeah. I definitely feel like they should change the ranges for how it works on base. It's actually how it works in MLN. Funny enough, the upper range of strikeouts changes depending on if there's people on base or not.
Yeah.
So groundouts happen at lower diffs when there's no one on base.
Interesting.
Dynamic ranges.
Yeah, and
Apparently
and the
that's
way
like
that,
a verboten thing. And
yeah,
Yeah,
and
it gets proposed. Often,
it does.
I
It,
think.
it gets proposed, and people end up, there's very good opinions on both sides, and I feel like the reason the league splintered off so long ago was inherently good for this type of aspect. But, yeah, I do feel like a 450 plus every at bat it would count.
Yeah, I can
I
get
don't know.
behind that, and I don't
There's
know.
definitely the coin flip factor. I definitely as a GM, I like seeing my pitchers pitch consistent 300 diffs than 500 diffs. If that makes any sense?
It does.
Because you're always getting the coin flips on the 450s and 500s, and 300s means you're actually like outside of their range no matter what if they swing on that coin flip. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of my thing about like immaculate inning and how you can do it.
I think I fell into the camp of just no, there's no such thing as immaculate inning.
I'm kind
It's
of
fine.
there
It's
too.
fake baseball is not real baseball.
Yeah, I'm kind
that's
of there
okay.
too. Like it's
That's
just
kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
yeah. Like I like shit like that, but also it's like you don't have to do the same thing 9 times in a row to get 3 outs like in MLB, which like Chalk said, it's fine. Like it's not the same thing, but also like that's like the whole point is it's like a lot of the same thing over and over again, which you can't really like at that point. Like if you did that shit in a game, like you're just gonna have like a no hitter going, you know, like and that's just a no hitter, so it's cool.
Yeah. Food for thought.
Yeah. Food for thought.
Also, there's a bot at this table who owns us. Like
Yeah,
literally,
it's killing
Trying to
us.
kick him.
just toss
Oh.
that out there.
Also, everybody can see that my name is the wife. I didn't change that. I just noticed. I noticed that when we were about midway through that. So we might have to explain. We might have to explain that.
No, we do not have to explain
Nope.
shit.
No
We're the wife, that is
explanation.
how
It's
it
just
works.
we're just all gonna get pinged
mean-
about it though. We're all gonna get pinged.
Great.
Mine says
That's
mine says
called.
engaged.
No.
What's that
You're
called?
going to
It's
get
called
them.
engagement.
Okay. How about this?
That's the good word.
Everybody figure out. Don't just ask me. Guess why.
And put it in the comments.
Yeah.
Or at least in league news discussion. Why
Right,
did
right.
I did not? Okay, actually, I won't say that. Why did my name get changed to that? That's all I'll say.
I guess we should also mention this is our first podcast after the roles have been added.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, first, big
That was a
thanks to
pleasant
Robbie,
surprise.
who
Yes.
yeah, that was so. this is not something we asked for, unless one of you guys went out and asked for it, and I didn't know about it. And
I
Did not.
we didn't.
Nope.
We didn't. Yeah, I figured we share everything. We're like basically all married. Maybe that's a hint as to
that's
why
why
he's
they
called
want-
the wife.
Maybe it's the wife.
But we didn't know this was coming. I came back to like 55 messages in a group message where people. The only thing I heard outside of it was, "Hey, Robbie's got something for us. Look alive." And I'm like, I don't know what that means.
See, I woke up to that and I was like,
Mm.
shit, our day has come.
Yeah, well, and then in 50 of the 55 messages were who's friends with who to add them to a DM,
Yeah.
which then I didn't realize that you guys weren't all friends with each other, which was weird. I was like, why aren't we all friends? We're all on a fucking podcast. It's like
Because we have a
reasonably
server
successful.
And also,
We
I
do
just
have
have my
a server.
settings as just open, so like, there's no need to like
Mhm.
friend me. Like, you can just DM me and I'll
Oh.
get it. Like, I have that turned off where like you can only get DMs from people you're friends with and stuff.
I had to turn that off because of the bot, bot. But otherwise, I was.
I have mine on message requests only, but I have to do that for Chief server. So
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I'm not in any
Fair
like
enough.
really big
Massive
stuff. Yeah,
servers.
stuff like that where I'm like, I don't want certain people messaging me. Really.
true.
No, and then having our DMs open allows us to interact with our fans pretty intimately, which is nice.
Our loving fans
Yeah.
who now
happening
have
Shout
the
out.
top 5 podcast role.
Yes. So Robbie gave us the role. Apparently, we have the podcast host role, and there's the fan role, which is awesome. It pings you every time one comes out. I assume
That's
we got
awesome.
one coming out soon that we're going to get to try it on for the first time. So super jazzed about that.
Yeah,
It'd
in
be
the
the
next
Uga episode, right?
in the next day or two.
And the next day or two, yeah, we haven't planned that, Damon. I guess
No, I
I
was
don't
just
know.
thinking
I
no tomorrow.
kind of
or the
lost what
next
day. What day is it actually? Well, it's Sunday. How long has it been since they
June
released?
5th.
Not this isn't. We don't need to talk
Halloween.
about this.
Oh, that's right. We
Did
did a
someone
Halloween.
delete the bots?
Mhm.
Oh, I'm bringing the bots back.
We need one for Griff.
Yeah, just one.
He's here in spirit. So, so that was really cool. A nice surprise, unexpected surprise.
Yeah,
Yeah, especially
I'm hoping
in my
that,
head.
You know how
I'm hoping
insane
that
it is
people
to get a role?
enjoy. Yeah,
There's
no,
lots of
for real.
roles.
Yeah, they had to take away one of my roles to make it.
So I was actually the season 7 Miss Irrelevant. I was the very last draft pick of season 7.
Oh,
Awesome.
By
Oh,
yeah,
the
I was-
Rangers.
No, to the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Why
Yeah.
were you misrelevant, do you think?
Because I was inactive as shit.
That
Well, I was
Okay.
just going through some stuff at the time.
Sure.
You know, like when I got drafted, I was literally in like the hospital. Like
Oh,
I got a
Oh.
ping. I gotten a ping that I had gotten drafted, and I was like, oh, well, okay then.
well, that's
Who-
fun.
Who was the GM at the time?
So it's actually Alex, Alex West.
Nice.
So yeah, Alex was my GM. He
Oh,
made me.
good.
So he ended up making me GM in season 8, but I ended up really just having a terrible time, just in real life, and ended up like dropping off GM. I transferred it over to Freddie, and I became a Miami Marlin for the rest of that season.
Shout out
And
Miami.
then now I'm a Texas Ranger. So
a lot of people.
yeah, like I love that Arizona squad, and like all the people I drafted there. I love them all.
Terrible hand.
I definitely felt like it wasn't the right place for me. I don't know. It was just a little. It was different. But like all the friends I made in like Alex is my teammate or he's my player in Kansas City. So you know it's like
Fellow
I definitely
little
feel
smoky enjoyer.
Yep,
Little smoky
enjoyer.
enjoyers.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much my like story about like how my teams are. So,
Got it.
join.
What drew you to fake baseball?
Yeah, it was actually just the baseball subreddit. That I saw them like do the post. So back
Classic.
when yeah,
That's
so back when
all of
Dottie,
us. Yeah.
I
back
think
when
y'all listed it.
back when Dottie was in the league, they were actually the only person that I knew before fake baseball was Dottie. We were actually fellow MLB server mods because I used to moderate the Kansas City Royals Discord.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Big KC sports fan, are you?
yeah, huge KC sports fan.
What's your stance on the Kauffman Stadium debacle?
Ooh. Okay, so I think that overall it's a good idea. I just think that their execution is terrible. Like,
Really, I hear Kaufman's like one of the most beautiful stadiums.
it's
I haven't
beautiful.
gotten there myself, but
The problem with Kaufman really is that the location's pretty bad. The Truman Sports Complex it's pretty far from the city, and it being right next to Arrowhead Stadium, you're basically just sitting in a giant parking lot till you're in the stadium.
yeah, I mean, welcome to a stadium built in like the 70s or 80s or whatever the fuck it was built. Yeah.
And yeah, it's like perfect for tailgating and such, but like the Royals suck now. It's just like
That
I don't know.
now is really not really needed, right? Like, I mean, and I'm forgive me, I'm not trying to like. I
Well, 'cause-
appreciate what KC
No,
could
it's
and has been, but
I mean, obviously in 14, like that was a lot of my exposure to like the first part of the Royals fandom. So,
yeah, there were 2 great years there.
mm-hmm. Yeah, but I've always loved that team.
Nice, yeah, fair.
I genuinely feel like they're moving in the right direction with the stadium. I just feel like they need to find. I just don't think that the way that they're making taxpayers basically fork it over is.
That's always dumb to me.
Always a problem.
Yep.
Because
It's
they're basically
it's
making
scientifically shown to be a bad idea.
taxpayers. They're basically making taxpayers fund half the stadium.
Yeah.
And
That's always fun.
It's always stupid as fuck.
yeah,
We're gonna have to cut this, but I really like how we give people with a shit ton of money so that we don't have money for people who have no money.
Yeah, like what it's so fucking dumb. Like, it's like people who own sports teams think that like that public investment like does a shitload for the community when it's like you're creating like. Yeah, sure. There's like economics for like, game days and buying things and stuff, but only for like a select group of people in society. It's not for everybody. It's not like a public good because
It
you're
develops
like,
things if you develop the area, but if you're just building a stadium and it doesn't do anything,
Yeah, it
have a
doesn't do
stadium.
shit.
Recreation spending is spent on recreation. It is not created by a thing to recreate with.
Yeah.
That is not how recreation spending works.
Not at
I
all.
don't
So-
even know is that the Royals are contracted to play there till 2026. Now, obviously, that might change, but I just feel like them trying to move out of like Kaufman is. I feel like there's just a much better way they could do it.
There's a whole lot of problems there with
Yeah.
like trying to come back to like integrate it into cities now.
Yeah.
Like that's what stadiums are trying to
Well,
do.
actually,
When
so
they
Kansas City
left,
has
and then it's a whole thing.
Kansas City actually has a really fantastic spot for the stadium, which is why I'm saying that like it's not a terrible idea because there's actually just a giant like basically stripped out parking lot in the middle of the city, like the middle of downtown,
Sure.
that is begging for something to go there. And that's where they're going to put the stadium. But
Mixed-use real estate with some
Yeah.
housing that allows other people to.
well, it's right next to the brand new apartment complex that they've built here too, for rich people, not actually for
Naturally.
for normal.
Well, of course.
We understood that when you said the
Yeah.
brand new apartment complex they built.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was assumed.
We should really steer off this because
Yeah.
the
A
inner
little
red of
bit.
my banana is going to show through, and it's
Back from the cut in 3, 2,
Yeah.
1.
so.
Alright.
Can I
Yeah,
get
sure.
to my questions since we've
Go
just
ahead,
been derailed
yeah.
for 20 minutes?
Sure.
I actually prepared questions.
20
What?
minutes?
I-
Oh, you sweet
Yeah.
summer child.
I'd love to answer your questions.
The first question: are there millions of you?
Yeah, there are. There actually is
Okay.
a lot of. Yeah, there's a lot of us. I just happen to be sentient,
Got it.
so
Nice. Both
That's
good
why
and bad for
I
you.
really hope
Is
that one of the
Yeah.
questions is what I'm thinking it is.
I am both happy and horrified for you.
It's gotta
Do
be.
you have access to the questions I posted
I
in
say,
the chat?
Damien, you do know the question.
No. Having access to them and knowing them are two different things. Okay?
Yeah, that's why I
It
said
is
you have
true.
access to Leo. I
Like-
chose those words carefully.
that's funny.
The
That is
second
fair.
question, then, since there's a millions of you and you're their sentient leader, I assume you're like when Picard gets taken over by the Borg and you talk for the Borg. That's what I assume you
Yeah.
are for Peaches. And I love that you got that reference. Thank you.
I am.
Who are those millions for?
They're all for me.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
That's
I mean,
awesome.
what is a
Great,
law
isn't
but
it?
something for people to not enforce?
To ignore.
Something to be
Well, I mean,
broken.
what's nice is that in this way you are like a rich person, Peaches, who gets to ignore laws as they're written. So
Isn't
that's
it awesome?
Laws are
Yeah,
just
maybe
merely expressions.
maybe someone will spend all of their money to support your business and move it wherever the fuck you want it to go. So
True.
apparently I am in a mood today, and that mood
I-
is down with the system.
I mean, I feel it.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Resisting the
Back
urge to
from
go
the
on a
cut.
whole back from the cut.
3, 2, 1.
Back from the
Next
cut.
question.
It's the name
This
of
is-
this episode.
This is exactly
The funniest person
Back
on
from
this
the cut.
podcast has been Leo for like now 2.5 episodes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I will say that on like the It's Always Sunny podcast, like that's how the like cut that joke came to be. Is like one day like two people were just like in a mood and just started being like, fuck these people and fuck everybody, and they're like, cut that, we gotta cut that.
Yep.
And they just left it all.
Yeah.
what's your next question, Dr. Chalk Banana?
What's your
Yes,
MLR
you.
history? We actually already kind of went over this, but
Yeah, we
I'm
kinda-
gonna.
So
I
I
want to ask
started
it.
as a. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. So yeah, I'll do my MLR history, but did you have anything else you wanted to add to that though?
Well, you kind of told us about it, so I wanted to ask, like, do you got some like, game like this week and then I can't remember the name of the goddamn show.
This
But
week
like-
in
Fake
baseball.
baseball?
Yes, this week in fake baseball sorts of moments throughout your career that you would be like, I had this
Yeah.
game and that game, I was really proud of this or whatever.
Yeah. So, my very first the spring training game that I hit like a 0 diff home run. I think it was like a 0 or 1 diff home run.
Nice.
As like my first at bat, and like I had only had a single at bat in college because I was so inactive. I was really just focused on like other stuff, like the Chief server, and
Getting
some
to
other
the
stuff that I
hospital.
don't like IRL work. I was working an absolute terrible job. So yeah, I spent some time in Arizona. Alex was. I think if you go back and look at like some of my first messages, you can see that like Alex was like, "I can guarantee that Peaches is going to be a steal in this draft," and well, here we are. So yeah, I was in Arizona. Alex made me co-GM extremely quickly. I was co-GM almost as fast as like Kenny was.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I
Is
became
that as fast as Stupido or less fast than Stupido?
I think it's about the same amount of time.
Mm.
Very
About
nice.
the same amount of time. I just shown that I had like great interest in fake ball, so
Yeah.
Alex made me GM. I definitely was still wet behind the ears for a little while. But I had like experience running online like forums and shit, so it's I won. Nice.
The amount of times that I've gotten dealt a queen and a 4 had to have been at least 3 or 4 times now. Terrible.
I've gotten
yeah.
a couple.
So
Brutal.
So after that, I've really taken a back seat, if that makes any sense. When it comes to fake baseball, I tend to not really play much. I was a shortstop, and like I feel like I have really good scouting systems in place for our team. Actually, Matt, hi, my name is Himanamis.
Himanamis.
I would
Himanamis.
I would always say that wrong. It's a joke that I would make with myself. He actually taught
If
me.
you don't
pretty
find
much-
yourself funny, then what's the point of you being funny?
What's the point of being
true.
alive?
He showed me a lot of his scouting, and I basically took his old scouting system and revamped it and really made it a pop. And yeah, we've had some good success with that scouting system, I'd say, because it turned the team hitting around quite quickly.
Nice. How's Texas doing this season?
We're doing actually really, really good. I don't want to talk about the Oakland game.
Okay.
That was terrible. Like I think
We
it
all
was like
get
5.
shit games.
I think it was 5 solo
Mhm.
shots. in a row.
Yeah, I've been there.
In a row?
No, I think it was 3 in a row or 4 in a row.
Wow.
We had one. We had one that was like. It was like 3 a pop out and then another one. So it was 4 and like 5 at bats.
Yeah. So come season 8, I was full-time GM. Come the draft, I ended up drafting a few people. Notably, Kai was my
Basil.
Yeah, Basil. He was my number 1 draft pick. I love that boy. Basil is actually, I met him through the Chiefs server, and he's a sweetheart. I love him.
Shout out Basil.
Yeah, shout out Basil. I don't even know if he watches these.
Couldn't tell you.
I'd probably say
More of an
not.
oregano guy.
I'd
But,
probably
yeah.
say
I think
not.
he does.
I don't think he does either.
Probably a
but,
no on
but
that
Basil,
one.
You got
Basil
something
and
to say,
I,
Stupido?
I just said it.
Okay.
Basil and I co-GM'd a team in. We actually co-GM'd the Sunbelt Devils in MLN or MILR for the weird half seasons we did in season 8.
Dude, Pocket Kings, you fucker.
And yeah, I tried to get him to come to Texas, and then he went to St. Louis. So
Oop. I bet he's fucking pissed at himself.
around that time, around the time the Sunbelt Devils was kind of happening, I had a really like my IRL life was sort of kind of falling apart, and there was a moment where I had my pitcher get kind of shelled, and I had just drafted this pitcher. In fact, you could totally find the article I wrote about it in the fake baseball chat. But if you look up the ballad of Aro Skreka, ARO, the ballad, I wrote an article about the pitcher basically on the field. There's the John Boyce article about a pitcher going to heaven on the field, and I made a parody of that article.
I don't know who John Boyce is. I'm sorry.
Oh, John Boyce is a huge
Tough crowd.
inspiration for my.
Tough crowd.
Oh my gosh!
I don't
Here,
know
I'm
how
just
to
gonna grab the-
explain John Boyce.
John
Like,
Boyce is a sports journalist that does YouTube specific content, and a lot of his stuff is like visually represented in a way that's pretty transformative.
And the people.
Yeah, I guess journalist is a good. I just know
Jock, you
them
would like
from
appealing.
all the Mariner shit.
Some
they have.
depends on the moment.
Yeah, there's like the scoregami. You know what scoregami is in the NFL? If you don't, it's totally fine.
Who made a rain cloud over me? Apparently Leo.
What are you talking about? It definitely wasn't me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Answer the fucking question.
What's
Do you know what
scoregami?
scoregami is?
No, I don't know what scoregami is.
Oh,
So,
you
Answer the
goddamn.
fucking question.
it's it's an NFL thing about how like how you can build unique scores that are never happened in the NFL before.
Yeah, so there's like I don't know how many there would be, but
Oh.
there's like a bunch of scores in the NFL that have never happened, and each time a new one happens, like one that's never happened before.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a
People get pretty
scoregami.
hype. Yeah,
Yeah.
people get really hype.
Like
One just got posted for MLN this past week.
yeah,
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 yeah.
Okay, I did see that. Yeah.
like yeah, especially some of the super uncommon ones, like 11 to 2
Wasn't the one the other week 11-4
in
think,
MLR or
or
like
10-4?
in NFL.
in MLR?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I know the last one in NFL was like, I think it was 43-20.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I'm
earlier
pretty
this
sure,
year, I think so.
It
Yeah.
was earlier this year. But so he's been a huge inspiration for my like not my journalist, but like how I'm gonna make stuff for YouTube
Yeah.
content. Actually, what the program he uses is actually just Google Earth. The animation software is all done in like all the animation stuff he does is all done in Google Earth, which is nuts to me.
Okay, correction. The
Very-
last scoregami that happened was actually today because the Texans beat the Tampa Bay 39-37. The
Wow.
1,080th distinct score, and
Yeah.
the 5th of
Shout
the season.
out, shout out
Yeah.
Tank Dell for winning me my fantasy.
So
league.
yeah, John Boyce has. If you ever just want a rabbit hole of good sports content, go
Yeah.
check out John Boyce. Check out like the history of the Seattle Mariners. It's a 6-part, 3.5-hour documentary.
Super cut.
It's-
I've
mint.
seen 20 minutes of that.
It's
the one
mint.
on-
There's
It's
Or the one
by
about
far
the
my
Falcons.
favorite.
There's a really
the one on the
good...
Falcons, the one on
The Vikings.
The Vikings.
The Viking one's what? The Viking one was
the one about the
really
Charlotte
good.
Bobcats. That one's really good.
And
that
the Mariners one,
favorites.
there's like a good 20-minute period in the middle that is like some of the best media ever made. Maybe it's so good.
It's really good. And he inspired me to learn how to animate in Google Earth so I could do it too. And funny enough, at my last job, it actually came really in handy. So I have some experience in animating the way he does.
We can let's stay there and talk about your break, because the one thing I really have heard about you was that you were around and then you weren't, and now you are. And I don't really have more information than that because I don't have great reading comprehension. So could you tell me more about that?
Fair.
So around January of 22, I took a big hiatus. I kind of publicly went out, and I had a few problems with the league, in a few aspects, mainly the league statistician job in general. I felt like was extremely misrepresented within.
I still think it should be Raj, even though
OTC structure. So I used to be the league statistician, and what I would do is I would run the Google Sheets. I would basically all of the Google Sheets infrastructure that was in that we used to run our games was done by me. And originally, the statistician role was just a name. It wasn't really necessarily that I like stats, I'm going to go for this job. It's I do this thing, so I am the statistician now, and I really enjoyed it. But it got to the point where certain people were asking me to do things for them that it's just why don't you just do it yourself? And I had consistently asked people to fix certain systems within the league, within how the sheets operated, and it just kind of got to a boiling point with me where it's you know what, I'm tired of trying to keep up with this whole situation of the fact that I have to consistently hound these fucking sheets to get anything to work sometimes, and no one else wants to seem to Kenny was the biggest help when it came to that originally, because we had a roster freezing problem where mid-game someone would get traded and it would break the game in real time.
Kenny, lesser
Powers.
Kenny or greater Kenny?
Powers.
Okay.
Powers.
Which one's Kenny Powers? Was he lesser or greater?
Texas GM. You guys had him on the cast.
My God.
Yeah, I'm asking the other top five. Was Kenny the lesser or the greater?
In what regard?
What?
Don't you guys remember this conversation?
Was he a Roman emperor?
Kenny K is no longer in the server, if that's what you're referring to.
Yeah, so we called Kenny K the lesser, and that makes Kenny P the greater then?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I guess.
Something like that.
I do not
That
remember
Kenny
that
K
conversation.
just talked in our server.
We don't hold grudges at all.
No, we just have names.
Kenny P, I love him. I sold my soul to him to come to Texas.
Kenny K is still on the server, guys.
He's not in his episode.
Well, that's probably on us because he talked in the server today.
Well, then we love both Kennys equally.
Yeah.
Now we need to figure out a new way to distinguish them. Is one older than the other?
Why don't you just take
I mean,
Kenny K
probably
and Kenny P?
the likelihood of them being born on the same day is pretty low.
Same day, the same
Well, you
year.
don't know that. I don't want to make assumptions.
I think it's safe to assume that one, to any two people, that one is probably older than the other. I
am certain, without a doubt, that somewhere existing on this earth right now are people who are the exact same age. They were born at the exact same millisecond. 100% certain.
Yeah, there's 8 billion people in the world.
Two of those people are going to be in a fucking server filled with 500 people, at the max. How many?
Hey, look,
people?
Man. I don't want to take the magic out of the world for you. Maybe it is. Wouldn't that be?
You don't need to take the magic out of the world for me. It's gone.
I know, but I don't want to take it out of there more. I mean, I've talked to you. I know what you're studying. I understand why the world is over for us. I am there. Kansas is going to build a
just
ballpark
flabbergasted
in a fucking.
It's not safe to assume that for two people, maybe one isn't older than the other. That's fucking insane.
I'm not comfortable making assumptions.
That's fucking insane.
Nope.
That is insane. I feel like I'm being gaslit for being for like someone trying to convince me that that's okay to think. That's fucking crazy. That's so fucking crazy.
I'm very rigorous in my.
Okay, hold up.
Say you're rigorous and say that two people in the same server were born at the same time.
I've been reading. I'm going to make a philosophy joke since we talked about Foucault last time. I've been reading a lot of Hume, right? So you can't make assumptions about things that you haven't experienced directly. Did Peaches disappear? No, she's over there. Okay.
All right, my girlfriend said you're fucking weird as shit. So
I'm making. Tell your girlfriend you're making a baseball podcast, a fake baseball podcast.
I don't care.
Five people, one of whom is a peach.
That is infinitely less insane than what I'm literally gonna think. I'm gonna think about that until I fucking die. That's fucking insane. Oh my god!
I can't wait to find out that Kenny K and Kenny P share a birthday.
Yeah, me too. And I'm gonna lose my fucking mind, dude. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. I'm gonna go on like a crazy.
One's gonna be born in the morning and one's gonna be born at night.
Just
the fact that they're that close is gonna make you shit yourself. Right?
This recording is over. We're gonna go.
You're like, I swear to God, I didn't smoke before that episode, but I feel so high right now. I don't know.
That's not high shit. That's like I feel like I'm in the Truman Show and there's like people with puppet strings around my arms making me fucking do shit and nothing's fucking real and life is fake. That's fucking insane. Holy shit.
God.
Oh my god.
I'd be worried about that Truman Show thing if I didn't realize that this is the best they could do, and I know that's not the case. So.
Oh, if Truman Show was like actually the thing, that'd be some like low budget CW shit.
Really?
Oh, no doubt. Yeah.
Let me think on that one.
I think it would. Okay, then maybe it's a good question. Do you think the Truman Show would be like someone named like a despised TV show that everybody hates?
Here's the thing: is I think especially currently. So 20 years ago, Dayman, I think it'd have been something everybody watched.
Oh yeah, now, for sure.
Now I think it's something that would have such a dedicated following that it could support it, like fucking like K-pop or something. It's such a small niche thing that's blown up. Like K-pop is not like, right? Like K-pop is a niche thing that has become huge because of the dedicated fans.
Kinda.
I think that's at least somewhat accurate. Maybe not.
Dayman Truman Show would be K-pop. That's my assertion right there.
That's a good title.
I think you should change your nickname.
Oh, is that the title?
I think the better title is "Can we really assume that they're not the same age?"
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm about to get a name change in here.
Okay.
Yeah. So back from the cut. All right. So back from the cut.
So what caused you to come back?
So it is really just this community. I like I said, I was still GMing on the Sunbelt Devils for a bit. Freaking! I forgot poker existed. Hold on, let me check.
Check.
Honestly, like I left just to make sure that I was doing all right in IRL like aspects of stuff, and when I felt comfortable enough to like come back and like actually be active in the community, yeah, that's kind of how I felt about that.
Holy fuck! I have not been paying attention.
The Marlins.
sorry, we'll cut that.
The Marlins.
Cutting so much stuff.
There will be nothing left.
No,
nothing's getting cut.
The Marlins were really nice when I came back.
Was Fats on the Marlins at that point?
Yeah, Fats still the Marlins. Yeah. He was one of the people who convinced me. Him and Stride. I
Sablo too. Sablo was on the Marlins at that point too, right?
No, I don't think he was.
Oh,
I think
Stride is on the Marlins.
Stride is on the Marlins. Yeah, still.
Yeah, Stride's on the Marlins.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I love
Io
Stride
Stride's really
and I love Fats and I love all those guys in Miami and
Fats isn't on Miami, but good try. You're not gonna trick me.
well, not anymore.
Truman Show director.
I remember messaging Fats and being like, "Why you have to leave me? Why?"
Yeah.
But around this time, around the time that I first like got back,
Peep the flush, everybody.
was the MLN draft. Funny enough, and that kickstarted that saga.
Oh, nice.
So, but we don't have to talk about that. This is an MLR podcast, so.
We acknowledge the existence of the other leagues, but we don't condone their existence. We just acknowledge it.
That's how.
Condone.
That's.
I mean, I'm considering I have two players in this
Hello.
podcast. On
I
that
hope.
team.
I think that everybody knows that Chalk does not speak for all of us. He knows that too. I just would like to reiterate that, especially after our kerfuffle earlier.
What's kerfuffle?
Oh,
Your
no.
fucking age chicanery.
That was a kerfuffle? Good
that was
lord.
really good.
I mean, I'd say it's a pretty major plot point of this
Yeah.
episode so far.
I mean,
Then I think it's a good thing you're a history teacher, not an English teacher, because there's no plot to this episode. It's just
Okay,
us rambling.
I mean,
Wow. What
There's
else is new?
depends on how generous you are about plot.
I
Yeah,
don't make
exactly.
intelligent.
This isn't any closet is a bedroom if you're generous enough sort
Yeah.
of thing. It's not a plot. It's not even close. Like
Everything's a plot.
there's no
if you're
beginning,
generous
there's no
enough.
middle,
No,
there's
yeah,
no
true.
end. We
Actually-
didn't even
So-
get dropped into the
but
middle and have to have back.
I'm gonna-
If you're
I'm
too
gonna
generous with
steer
plots,
the
they
ship.
send you away.
True. I'm gonna steer the ship back to the topic. Smile.
Thank you,
Yeah,
teacher.
and so when I came back to Miami, and then I just kind of I was pretty dormant in Maine for MLR, until like this past season where I've started really being like back in the server and like talking to people. Like I was a moderator in the past. It sucked. I did not like moderating.
Seems to be a common
yeah, I was-
sentiment.
I was-
we've had
I
a
was-
few. We've talked to a few mods on here.
I just don't know how you could keep up with so many channels. Like I couldn't mod the channels I follow. And I only follow
it
like
was
3
really
channels.
just like this community is really a loose cannon, and you need someone who can
don't say.
really follow that community around. And like the chief server is more akin to a daycare.
Is that worse or
like,
better?
Seriously.
Yeah, I was gonna
Eh,
say, what
Kinda
do you-
curious,
what
the
does
same
this
thing.
look into? Yeah,
for
what's-
for management, easier. It's better to manage children. So
Yeah.
So the problem with this server or managing this server is that the people are too sophisticated in their chicanery.
sometimes, yeah,
Chicanery.
yeah. I think-
Please
That
use
was-
that
that was
word as
using
much
your
as
word.
possible. I absolutely love that word.
It's a good word.
Yeah, it is.
Have some chicken, have some pie. Sorry,
Is that from
Yeah.
something?
sorry.
Is that from, is that from the Better Call Saul episode
It is,
titled
it is,
Chicanery?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
See, that's what I learned. That's where I learned that word, and I don't even know. I didn't even know what you were saying.
It's have some more chicken, have some more pie. No, it's a reference to that whole universe and stuff. I
Yeah.
actually I had family who are really into it. I'm not too into it.
Peaches, you have a podcast voice. It's a cross between NPR and something else. So
Really? You
I'm
think
excited
so?
to hear where that comes from. Oh yeah, have some chicken, have some. I can't do it because the way you just did it was better. But
Have some chicken, have some more pie. What's the quote? Hold up. I can't. I need to grab it.
The actual quote.
All right, and we're gonna start our.
It's Chuck
Better
McGill.
Call Saul podcast now.
Yep.
So.
But it's not from the episode. It's like
No,
it's like a
that's
fucking
thing.
Better call
it's like
Paul.
somebody. Yeah, like the cameo. Yeah, it was a cameo.
here's a hot take for you: Breaking Bad is overrated.
Better Call
Alright,
Saul
anyway.
is so much better than Breaking Bad. I don't think Breaking
I've
Bad
heard,
is
but I feel like I
bad,
can't get into
but yeah, but like by the end of Breaking Bad, I definitely was getting like, I want this show to be over, and like I want to get to the ending.
Yeah.
But Better Call Saul is like very good.
I think they're both very good.
I mean, I think Breaking
I
Bad.
just was tired of anti-heroes and constantly seeing shows about anti-heroes. And like it was good
Yeah, I feel like
when
that's
we got
fair.
to watch it with like The Sopranos. I enjoyed The Sopranos. It was hard to watch, but like that was the point.
I can't watch stuff. Like I just don't really watch much of
I can't
anything.
either. I
What do
play
you
video
do?
games.
Yeah,
okay.
I play video games.
Then
Gaming.
So I play video
let's talk
games, I
about
code, I do
shows.
fake
Talk.
baseball, I program, I do all kinds of shit. I'm actively trying to become a cyborg, like every day.
Almost there.
So the Locutus joke earlier was correct.
Uh-huh.
Nice. I just pulled the name up.
So like this is actually like one of my current projects. What I'm trying to build is a backpack computer. It's basically just a computer that lives entirely within my bag, and the bag still functions. So I have an old. It's not actually an old laptop, but it's a laptop that I don't use as much. That I originally bought for college, and it's like a nice beefy little programming laptop. For like it's got a really nice processor, but no GPU essentially.
Yep.
And I've ripped it apart. I mean, like ripped it apart. I'm gonna raise here. I need y'all to give me your money.
Oh my god. Alright, fuck it.
Um.
Oh, that's brutal.
So what it is so it's a system that's gonna live entirely within my backpack, and it will allow me to have So I actually have two USB ports on the outside of the backpack that I'm going to be able to connect to, for something like a pair of AR glasses, as well as something that'll be able to go on my wrist. I'm literally going full cyborg. Like I hope y'all know.
I feel like
I
we're
have
in
a-
like the late '90s talking
Yeah.
about the future.
I have a buddy doing something very similar with he has his on his sleeve. So we built like a whole like Iron Man style sleeve.
Like a Pip-Boy kind of thing.
No. AR glasses too. But like
Awesome.
the whole mechanic is it's in the sleeve and he's making it smaller and smaller and smaller as he goes.
Fuck, you should go all in for fun.
Well, I didn't hit the the flush there, so I'm assuming you did.
I did, yeah.
Did you hit a straight flush too?
No, because I have one of them that would have made the straight flush.
I was about to say that doesn't. How do you know
I'm smart.
that too? Yeah. So, are you going to only wear that in the winter? I mean, KC winters get cold, but that's going to be hot as F carrying around in your back.
Actually, the heat has not been a problem.
So you haven't like.
Yeah, so I've cut a hole in the side of the backpack that I've attached to like a metal plastic piece, and then
Okay.
the cooler fan there's a heat pipe that goes from the processor and the GPU to the it's just a fan that blows out the side of the backpack, and it's watertight, so water can't get in, but air can get out.
Yeah.
And or sorry, like it's so you know that like material that is it's not like hydrophobic, but it's like it'll let steam out, but it won't let droplets in. Sorry.
I mean, I
It's
don't
like
know,
it's
but
like
I trust
jacket.
you
It's like
that it
yeah,
exists.
it's like material technology that essentially just like allows it to like be breathable in like rainy days and stuff. It's kind of the same little material. Basically, it just keeps moisture out, but allows you to consistently keep it cool.
Nice.
Yeah, heat has not been an issue. So it's a laptop, so it's really thin. So it's not like it's like a whole like big tower block in like my backpack and stuff. Basically, it's just running a laptop inside of your backpack. But the thing about it is that I undervolted it, so it runs at a lower voltage consistently, so it doesn't produce as much heat and allows me to
Nice.
just do what I need without and it'll really keep the battery life good, so I don't have to worry about battery life.
That's nice. How long can you go on a charge?
Well, at the current moment, it's not like I'd say for now I need to replace the battery inside of the original laptop battery needs to get replaced, and then I'm going to attach two 100 amp hour removable power banks that will sit inside of the front of the backpack, so that way I always have power for everything that I'm doing.
Nice. What do you need this for, though?
So this is going to be basically for augmenting my note taking. I'm going to use this system to essentially offload memory as much as I can. My whole thing is like I just have a ton of ideas every day, and if I don't act on like those ideas or write them down, I tend to forget them a lot. And
So you built like a backpack computer version of like a little tape recorder thing, like a
a
dictaphone.
little bit, yeah, kind of. And so it'll be like that's why I'm gonna have like a wrist mounted thing. But the AR is going to be so that way I can recall information whenever I need. So it's gonna just basically be like a memory, like it's basically like a second brain that I'm gonna be putting on my back. I'm gonna be able to access all of my notes always because I'm wearing the AR glasses, you know?
Mhm.
So if I need to recall any kind of information or store any kind of information, it's basically instant because I'm constantly integrated with my technology. So that's kind of my goal.
What does that get you that a cell phone doesn't?
So, and a lot of people keep saying that it's just the fact that I built it, you know?
No, I'm there. I'm actually curious if you had other functionality you're getting to. Maybe this isn't like the most super interesting thing, but I think it's interesting because like wearable technology and such is
Yeah, I love the
fun
idea
to me
of
and
like wearable tech. Yeah.
yeah, but the only way to get it into it is if you build it all yourself or you like give all of yourself over to some
Mhm.
specific corporation
Um,
and live only in their environment.
I think in the long, so this will just be the first iteration. In the long term, I need to eventually just get it to the point where it's just a gaming computer that sits in my backpack.
That would be fun. I'd wear that.
Yeah, like those VR backpack kind of thing, where it's like you can like put on a VR headset and just you're not tethered to like a computer. You're just here. Yeah, no, that's like I'd love to do that.
That sounds fun.
That's my end goal. But the thing is that I don't want the whole backpack to the computer to take the whole backpack. So
That might be harder.
well, if I just get it with laptop, we'll go. But I figured out a really effective cooling system so far. So
The material and then the vent flow.
yeah, I could send some diagrams.
I don't know that I'd understand them. I can understand theory. I can't understand diagrams.
You would trust me.
I have a liberal arts degree.
He just like me for real.
Preach.
Yeah. So
We
I
all
like
have
the stuff,
liberal
but I can't do anything about it.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot what we were just even talking about.
Dr.
Well, let me get back to the
What is
questions.
what is your next question?
Apparently you're ripped. Could you teach us?
Okay, yeah. So like, this is actually really funny because we were talking about this earlier too. I've lost a lot of muscle mass recently, but that's the effect of the transition though. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm ripped, but I definitely had some muscles. I I don't know. I had worked a lot of like physical labor stuff, and so it wasn't like jacked, obviously. But I had some really nice arm muscles. I still do. Like if I
was like-
flex right now.
It was like working strength, basically.
Yeah, it's working strength. I was constantly pulling myself up stuff, and so I was a cable technician. I would go into
Okay.
people's attics and in businesses and stuff, and just pull cables and all kinds of stuff. And
You did that
and I
with
also
no
just
arms?
did some moving stuff on the side. But yeah,
You know what I just
there
realized?
was
Peaches?
what's up? Yeah,
There's a lot of fruit in this podcast.
yeah. There is a lot of fruit.
You got something to
Bananas,
say about it?
peaches.
I don't
You
because
feeling
I
kind of fruity?
feel outnumbered. I mean, I don't have anything to say about it isn't the same as I don't have an opinion on it. But yeah,
That's
I feel left out. I feel like I want to be a fruit.
Well, you're the wife, so you're gonna have to deal with that.
Make us a fruit salad.
I'll just divorce you and take your fruit.
Yummy, yummy.
How fun is it going to be when you're just half banana?
That sounds like a threat. That's what that sounds like.
What does that
Well.
mean?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm actually really that ripped anymore. Mainly because like I've noticed this past few weeks that my muscles have really deteriorated. But it's not a bad thing. I'm really happy about it. To be fair, mainly because that just means that my figure's becoming more of what I believe it to be. So, but as soon as I get moved out of this place that I'm currently in, I'm definitely gonna go back to gym. Definitely
gym.
going back to the gym.
Timothy?
Go Jim.
Yeah,
see
I do. I want to get
Timothy?
back. I need to get back into lifting. I need to get back into cardio. So
Yeah, I threw my kid around a pool for an hour today.
nice.
My
That
shoulders
counts.
fucking hurt.
Worth.
Oh,
That the bet is a good
damn.
workout though.
I mean, yeah, it's a good workout, but it's like my shoulders really hurt. I mean, my kid is like 50 pounds.
Yeah.
But oh, and I have like mild arthritis in my shoulder because I'm 40, and I'm feeling it. I'm really
I started
feeling
paying attention in poker, and now I have $8,000.
it. Yeah, I want you to knock that off.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
one
I
flush.
told you I was good at poker.
That's it.
Yeah, I started noticing like you making actual bets and calls, and I'm like, why am I losing money just clicking stuff? Oh, someone's trying now. That's what's happening.
Yeah,
That's what's happening. Which, hey, make a showing.
I like poker. My dad taught me about it when I was a kid. So
Nice.
You know what? I'm not going to do that.
Come play with me. Come play with me.
I
I'm
don't
not
have
gonna
any
do that.
money, and I've been sitting out like every other round because I keep doing this, and I have terrible cards. Just let me
You gotta
live.
learn to click to get back in because you can do it.
Like
okay,
super
so I
quick.
kind of want to go ahead to the next question. I'm looking
Okay.
at it.
Oh, because did you look at the questions?
Yeah,
Lead the way.
I looked at it.
Hey, you
we
did
are
more
about out
prep
of
than
time,
Dayman.
so
Oh, okay.
Well, it's actually about Dayman.
You've seen Dayman. How cute is he? 7 out of 10.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
he's a 7 out of 10. He's a cutie.
Solid 7 out of 10,
Leo?
or
Yeah.
like a Kansas City 7 out of 10.
He's a
You know what
Kansas
they-
City 9.
you know what they say
Kansas
about
City
Kansas
9.
City.
Hey,
Wow.
that's an
Damn.
Idaho 11, right?
Right.
I don't know. I'd say
Dayman's a cutie.
I don't know.
Though I've never
Idaho
met
have like really attractive people, and we just don't know about it.
I have never met anyone in MLR in real life.
Same.
But Leo, do
The
you
only
think I'm a
person
cutie?
the only person off Discord that I've met is one of my Chiefs mods.
Oh,
We went
nice.
to Royals game together.
Was that fun?
Nice.
Very fun. I love him. It was right before he was about to move to Arizona, so I was like, I gotta
Nice.
see you. So, yeah, he brought his wife, and I brought a few friends, and we had a really good time.
That's nice.
Someone
And yeah, we actually did use usernames for a little bit. Well, I mean, it's easy for people with me because you just call me Peach.
It's also
Yeah.
easier if people have like more like people sounding names. So
Yeah,
it's like much
people
easier to
sounding
just
names.
call Leo like
But
Leo
fake
in
baseball's
real
great
life.
for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Fake
Leo's
baseball's
easy.
fantastic for that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You guys, if you saw me, you wouldn't call me Chalk and be okay with it.
We know your real
Probably
name,
not.
so I would use
I
your
will
real
say
name.
though, my fake
You don't know my real
I was-
name.
I do because you told me
I
when you were
changed my-
talking
I
about the
I
changed my
didn't
fair.
tell
name this
you
year.
specifically my real name.
I changed my name this year in MLR to Princess Peach though, so
Well,
that is.
was it just
I need to
Peaches
change. I need to
before?
change my name. In
It
MLR.
was actually just Peachy Keen for a little
Oh,
bit.
I feel like it means you just got a promotion. Is what you just promoted yourself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Up
Well,
the
I mean, I'm
social
Queen Peaches everywhere
Queen
else.
Peaches, of course.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe you're being
And my
humble.
song was even more better.
Mm-hmm.
dude, we've gone this
More
whole,
better.
guys. We've gone this whole podcast, and like none, like Stupido Chalk, like you're not gonna make a president of the United States of America joke, Peaches.
My
I've
song at
already
the
made.
beginning
I've already
was.
made 2.
And both of the first two questions were.
Yeah.
I think
Wow.
we got this.
Well, I'm.
Did you remember when I said,
guess.
"Are there
Yeah, there are millions of
millions of you?" And
And
then
who are those millions for?
yeah. Did you not get that?
No,
Wow.
I wasn't listening. Apparently.
No.
And my intro song was.
But I'll
the
be real
song.
that yeah.
Basically.
I love
mean, I'll
the
give
intro
it to
song.
you.
It was awesome. You can't get rid of it.
Stupido
You
wasn't like
have to.
wasn't like the like full on. I'll give it to you there, but
That's
It was-
my voice is not that great.
well, that's fine. You did a great job with what you got.
You did good,
Hmm.
bud.
No, thanks.
Millions
Thanks
of
a lot.
peaches.
Good thing you're a 7 out of 10. Jesus.
Apparently,
Thanks,
I'm a
Aiden.
fucking idiot. Honestly, ever since the age thing, ever since the two people's, I like that shit.
Oh man.
like after that, like honestly, that shit fucked me up.
So we did. Let's say this question though out loud, just because I'm curious how, fans of the podcast. Shout out Zan. Shout out King Raj. Shout
It's
out.
the first
Who
time
else
we
do we need to
shouted out Zan this
I
time.
know.
Shout out Zand.
Yeah, I love Sand.
Yeah, Zan's amazing. I got to ask, like, when we meet in person, if we were to meet in person, what would we actually call each other? Because I would call all of you the same thing that I call you now, and it would be weird to not do that.
God, you're gonna call me jackass in person
I
too?
would call you in front of your family, and your
You're
wife
gonna
would
call
go,
me
"Yeah,
a
it's
stupid
wow.
fucking
They
idiot
would
to
agree
my
with you.
face.
I've never once called you a stupid fucking idiot. I've implied it a few times, but I've never once said
I've never said it verbally.
exactly.
I
Never
felt
articulated
it. I
mentally.
felt
you
it.
are
It's like
in
it's
fact
like my dad saying, "I'm so disappointed in
Right.
you."
I wouldn't call you a disappointment, but I would imply it.
But I would imply it to where
Heavily
you
imply.
knew.
Yeah, I think it, and I tell your mother it all the time. I feel bad because when my wife and I talk about our
Wait.
children.
Wait a minute.
Well, I call
Okay, I see. I see.
I said I was going to say her mom. When we talk about our children, like I'll be like, man, she is being such an asshole today, or she's such a little shit. And so if she ever overhears that, I'd feel terrible because like she's great, she's hilarious, she's smart, whatever. But the 30th time I've had to say no for something, and she's like,
Yeah.
stomped the ground or thrown something, like, you little fuck.
Wait.
Stop.
Okay. Wait. I'm confused. Are you talking about your kid or your wife?
My kid.
Yes.
Okay. okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peter, you want to talk about something?
Wink, wink. We got
I'm not saying anything.
you. Looks behind him.
I am child free, thankfully.
Shout out to
Yeah.
my children's friends.
I feel that about my cats, though.
I'm the hot aunt. You gotta believe me.
Oh, my
I believe you
God.
on that one, Peaches. I'm just laughing because Stupido
No,
thinks
okay.
his kids' friends listen to this.
That's a callback to like 4 episodes
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
funny. Oh man.
So
Oh, my God.
would you all call it? I mean, what would you call me?
Chalk,
You've heard my name. I
maybe?
say, hey, my name is X. Would you call me X or would you call me Chalk?
I'd call you your name if you told me your name.
Really?
He
Yeah,
did. He
most
did.
definitely.
Yeah, he
Yes.
did.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
gotta
I
move
know
past
he
that part.
did, but
I would.
Not-
Leo could come up to me and say, hey, man, my name's Tim. I'd be like, all right, Leo, I'm going to call you Leo. I don't give a shit what you just
well, yeah,
said.
'cause Leo's an
'Cause you're
actual
Leo.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna
that's
walk
true, 'cause
around
Leo's an
saying
actual name.
the wife?
Dayman?
I guess that's fine.
Hey, Damon, I need a beer. Can you hand me a beer? Like if we were all camping, I'd be like, hey, Dayman, you want to go walk to the whatever and see the whatever? I wouldn't be like, hey, Jeremy, do you want to go walk and see it?
If we meet in
not-
person and you call me Stupido, I'm calling you
All
Jack.
right, everybody. I just want to let you know my name is not Jeremy.
I don't know anybody's
I know
actual
his
names.
I know.
My
Dave-
name
Oop, I
Yeah.
know.
is not Jeremy.
Dave's
like
name.
it's not. I'm not fucking Pearl Jam. Okay.
I know
Aw.
Damon's name. It's great.
Yeah.
Is your name daughter?
I love having secrets.
No, it's not.
I like how you all already know my name.
Yes,
yeah,
we
it
do.
makes it
Yeah.
really fucking easy. You know,
Awesome.
I don't know how to approach it in real life, honestly. God, getting pinged. Sorry.
These cards are so ass.
So I had a like an internet friend come visit me once for my baby shower.
Oh.
We were really good friends. We'd been friends for like a year and a half online. And she's like, I kind of hate where I'm at in life right now, so I'd love to get away from it for a bit. And you're having the baby shower, I'll come visit. And I'm like, sure. And so, like, I knew her name. She knew my name. We called each other by our internet names. And I still, to this day, call her by her internet name, even when I text her. And, like, we're sitting there, in front of my grandparents or with my, like, cousins or whatever, and I'm calling her Sushi because that's what she goes by, not what her actual name is. And... yeah, it's really hard to switch it up.
It is.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do. It wouldn't really like bother me because like most people don't really call me like my real name either. So
Oh, are you a nickname guy?
yeah, when you have a
I should
common name, you become a nickname person.
That's true.
True.
Yeah,
Knowing what I know about you.
So so I guess I can go to the original or the origin story of the peach. So
Ooh.
I was being dropped off
Backstory.
outside. Yeah, dropped off outside of elementary school, and my grandma dropped me off, And she goes, "Okay, bye, Peachy Keen," and the rest was history.
Oh,
So your grandma gave it to you.
that's kind of sweet.
Yeah, well, she doesn't
Nana.
call us all Peachy, but it was more the fact that I already kind of knew that something was kind of wrong, if that made any sense. Because like I was
don't
named
mean to
after my
laugh.
I was named after my dad. No, it's totally fine to laugh at it. It's fine. I was named after my dad, so like I already knew that something was wrong. And so when people like someone almost like they were like kind of offhandedly made fun of it. They were like, "Ha, peaches," and I'm like, "Whatever, I like it," and it's stuck since. Like everyone's called me Peaches because like teachers would call me Peachy Keen, stuff like that, and so yeah. Peaches
How,
has stuck with me most of my life.
how old were you when you started to come out as that? If I may ask.
I was 16. For context, I'm 23 now, so it attests to the fact that it's a bit complicated. So
And we don't have to go down that road.
the T on me. Who put that there?
It was me.
All right, who's ready for it?
I love you.
That's great.
I honestly didn't even think
Honestly-
about that. I was just like, I'm gonna put this sticker on here.
Come back now. Dayman, what's the recording time at?
So long.
So
I was
Back from
trying to
the
give you a
cut
timestamp to come back to cut at.
in
I think we're at 145 or 130 now.
145 is crazy.
120.
Not
Oh,
145, 130, 130, 130. Yeah, 128.
Try and wrap it.
Yeah, if you wanted to do the last question.
Last question. You own the Chiefs server,
Yeah.
which is 3K plus people.
Yeah, it's
Wowza.
a pretty big community.
What's
Yeah.
that like?
This morning it was fucking nuts. I already kind of talked about how it's like a daycare essentially. So whatever who here like knows NFL stuff?
I do.
I do.
I
Okay.
do not.
So around the time the Chiefs choked the champ game to the Patriots was when I first became like mod of the server.
Oof.
So they had raided the server, the Patriots did, and there was literally one mod, and I was like, hey, I'm here and I'm not stupid. Can we?
I am.
Yeah, you're stupido. You're stupido. So you
He
ain't
gets
stupid.
confused.
You ain't stupid.
Gets confused.
It's right on brand.
Oh,
I have a brand to keep up.
So did it exist before you and you took it over?
Yeah. So the original Reddit was the people who made it, and then
Okay.
they didn't. They just kind of neglected it. So I had messaged the original owner, and I was like, "Hey, can I just take it since I'm the only one doing anything?" And this was around the time that we'd won the Super Bowl. So like the server was popping off. People were joining left and right. People were asking why things were broken, and I had taken it over, and the server was around 800 members at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And when we won the Super Bowl, we had gained 200 members overnight. It got crazy how quickly things grew. In the community there, there's actually quite a few people who came from Chief server to Fake Baseball. We mentioned Basil. Basil I met through the Chief server. He was a Packers fan who originally came to our server. He's not even a Chiefs fan. He's a Packers fan who came. He was just like looking for online community, and I was like, "Hi, you're kind of cool." And we got to talking and whatnot. And there's a few people who've been in this league. There's a guy in season 8. What was his name? I'm pretty sure his first name player name was Randall. We all call him Fudge though. And so Randall was one of my players. Kai was one of my players.
Peaches, do you have any questions for us?
Actually, Peaches, I have a topical question
Oh my
related
God.
to
Go
the
ahead.
server. Related to the
let's
server,
get
the
this.
Chief server.
Uh-huh.
Did you see a big boost with the whole Taylor Swift stuff?
Yes, actually, I'd love to talk about that. I'd love to talk about that. Actually.
Is she in your server?
So No.
Okay.
But Travis Kelsey is.
Nice.
Well, can someone yell at him to do better at fantasy because I'm losing my fucking ass?
No, it's
And I
real.
know that that's a stupid thing to do to like harass
So-
people in real life, but like I
Yeah.
have money on this fucking
I
league.
really.
Okay, like I'm fucking poor. Travis Kelsey's a fucking millionaire. He can take shit from little old me, I think. So if you hear this, Travis Kelsey, please do better.
We love you.
We love you. But
So
please tell us more
there's
about
actually
better.
there's actually an official Travis Kelsey Discord, and it's dead as
How is it-
shit.
How
It's
is it
dead.
official?
It's Discord sponsored. Discord set it up for him.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. So like he has like an official badge on it and everything. Like we don't even have a badge.
Crazy.
But the server's fucking dead. Like there's nothing going on in here. Literally, we partnered with them. Yeah, what was the last thing? The last message was from me on the 23rd of October.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's literally just me. A single fire emoji. All right, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna go to game day chat and say "Go Chiefs."
Word.
So I messaged them. I messaged the mods like 2 days ago, and I was like, "Hey, y'all want me to take over this this little venture here? I'd totally be willing to grow the server." And so we're kind of waiting on what they're gonna say about that.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, do you win this here, Chuck? I think you do. I think you win this.
I
That's what he
had going,
has.
did not hit.
Ooh.
No, I did not. I did not win that.
Ooh.
That's a place to end.
Brutal. I've stolen all the money from the table. This is awesome.
That actually is a great place to end, but we haven't done the guest questions.
Questions for us, right?
Yeah. So my question for y'all is, how much you guys spend like after the episode thinking about what you talked about?
0 seconds.
Less
Like,
than
when
I
you- when
thought I
When
would
you
be.
when you get
No
off,
Dayman's answer for today.
For the rest of
Fuck
it.
it.
do you think about what you said, or do you just kind of just like brush it off?
So after the Matt Jimenez one, I was when he's like, "Yeah, dude." Like, there was like 2 or 3 separate moments. He's like, "Yeah, dude, that's the joke." And then one of the times it's like, after he's like, "Well, I am autistic, so maybe like that's why you're having a problem picking me up." And I'm like, I don't even know if you're joking anymore, man. I have no fucking clue anymore. I felt like such an idiot. And even when we like after we were talking about it, even Dayman's like, "Dude, you're fine. I know you feel shitty right now, but it was totally fine. You're not like an asshole in that episode. It's okay."
Yeah.
And I felt so terrible. That was gone by the time I went to bed. It was out of my head.
Good.
So
Okay.
Mine was Ducks when he was making fun of the GIF part. Like right after we got off, I was like, "Son of a bitch!" I know exactly the response back to him.
Oh yeah, that's what I feel like.
with
As soon
me
as I get
over.
off, I'm gonna be like, "Fuck, I should have said that."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anytime I do any kind of recording, it's always like that. That's what I was kind of
I'm
getting at.
sitting
It's like,
on
do you guys
pins
spend
and
much
needles
time thinking
about Kenny's with the apostrophe after the S birthday.
That's really good.
We have not heard from Kenny P.
Well,
I'll
say I
one of them
definitely- I
didn't
do definitely
answer.
think about
Also, like somebody answered, but they just said you can't. What did they say? What?
let's not bring it back up so we don't have to cut some more. But like
He said May. Kenny K said May.
Yeah, he said
Kenny
May.
K said, "Mate, yeah." I also, and maybe this is inappropriate of me, I don't take this too seriously. Like,
Yeah,
should we?
it's fine.
I-
No. You should.
This is super fun to do. I enjoy talking. Like, I genuinely have enjoyed talking to everybody on the podcast and like getting the guests
That's
on the
nice.
podcast. Like we also, the 5 of us, I would say chat pretty regularly.
I'd say
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Yeah, like that's probably my most active channel across MLR is us. We have a bullshitting channel. We just
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Guess what we do in that channel.
yeah.
Serious talk.
It's actually where we exchange recipes. We're actually really getting
Yeah.
into it. But
It's our Martha Stewart.
But
channel.
yeah, it's really fun talking to the dudes. I enjoy everybody, and it's really fun getting to learn all this stuff. So like, I just view this as me getting like a weekly or bi-week, or every once in a while I get to hang out with friends, which I don't normally get to do. So
That's
it's like
nice,
a highlight
yeah.
of my week.
Very nice.
So otherwise, I'm not sweating it.
I love the dynamic of 4 people on a podcast, though. I know it's originally supposed to be 5, but I love the
It
dynamic.
is 5.
It is 5.
People. Yeah, it is 5. Yeah,
Griff's in our heart.
Yeah, Griff's always here.
We love
And sliding
that.
around the screen.
Where 4
yeah.
people who were drafted in the top 5 of season 9 are gathered in his name, there's Griff in our midst.
Mm-hmm. Like the yard has 4 people on it, and it's really good dynamic. I genuinely feel like it's pretty good.
Shout out the yard.
Yeah, I actually love that podcast.
They won't watch this, but
I subscribe to the
They might.
Patreon. No, they definitely won't.
okay.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't know. Using
They're
Chalk's
like-
logic, we don't know that they don't
You
watch,
can't know this stuff.
so they probably watch.
It is the
At the same
I
time,
know,
right?
that's not how the logic
At the
works.
same
It's
time,
the
right?
most popular
Logic-
podcast on Patreon.
The
Just-
logic goes, you can't know for sure who will watch this episode, so you can't
yeah.
say with certainty that they don't watch the episode.
We are the
But do
same
they watch it at the
age
same
as
time?
the yard.
It's not my fault you all are uncomfortable with the things that you can know with certainty and without certainty. You got to go back to your early modern philosophy.
Oh yes.
I'm
yes,
not
really
uncomfortable
modern
about
philosophy.
it. I'm just okay. You know what? I'm not going to discuss this again.
I'm a realist.
The fact that we've devoted this much time to thinking about something that is so fucking impossible,
He's getting
so
faded back
fucking
in.
improbable, is absolutely astounding and a testament.
We've spent more time the past 2 episodes talking philosophical ideas than we have talking MLR.
It's awesome.
That's not true. That's not
That seems like a stretch, but I like the sentiment.
I'd like to shout out King Raj. Please do some stats on the amount of
Oh
time
no.
Shout out
that
to
we
him.
have been
Actually,
talking philosophy.
I would
as
also like to
opposed
shout out
to
Raj.
MLR.
I would also like
Okay.
to shout out Raj.
I love
Raj
Raj.
is one of the people that and he'll totally be chill with. Hopefully, if he doesn't, well, then we're-
Okay,
Yeah.
this is a low bar, but continue.
Yeah, we'll cut it when Raj listens
I
to
got
it and says
so
no.
I got so fucking mad at Raj. I got so fucking mad at Raj that I like blocked him until I was like, I'm never talking to you again. You're and this is around the time that it was so immature of me. That's why I'm like laughing saying this. But it was over a fucking Pokemon game because I used to play a little bit of competitive Pokemon.
Oh, you used to
in
play
high
a
school
little bit of
offhandedly.
You could play a little bit of.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
blocked
whatever.
someone over it. I used to play it a little bit. Okay, continue.
Yeah.
X'd it out, but okay.
He does.
Whatever. So the reason I originally quit playing, like I didn't play for long. The reason I originally quit playing was because Stealth Rock was bullshit, and I just really fucking hated that goddamn move, and I didn't want to have to deal with it. I didn't want to have to deal with anything related to it. I didn't want to have to play around it. I just literally quit Pokemon because of it. I was like, this is so stupid.
Can we pause for just 2 seconds real quick?
Go ahead.
Anybody on here that's not Peaches have any idea what the fuck Stealth Rock is?
No.
Yes, I do.
Okay,
I do.
Leo is the only person who gets all of our references. Leo is the glue of the Top 5 podcast. Go ahead, Peaches. I apologize.
Peaches is,
It's
Peaches
it's
is
just a bullshit move that I think is annoying and I don't want to deal with in the game, and it literally makes like playing competitive Pokemon to me an absolute chore, and that's why it's not fun.
Peaches, how do you feel about toxic
So
spikes?
so Raj ran a tournament and like a Pokemon tournament, so I was like, okay, I'll offhand play, you know, and someone used Stealth Rock against me, and I just rage quit. I was like, I'm done. I literally forgot why I didn't play this. I'm done. And then I remember he said like just play around it or there's counters to it, and that's when I just blocked him. Poor Raj. But
kinda
I do
fucking
like
funny.
I actually really like Raj. I genuinely feel like even though he annoyed me for a little while, I really enjoy Raj's presence now.
Raj is low key one of the funnier dudes.
He's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
He's just so funny.
I
And,
stole
like,
his top 5 most forgettable moments in history. I stole that joke and told it to my family. And
yeah, like
Gross.
he's
Did it get a good
I
laugh?
missed- I
Did it
missed
get a
the
good
joke.
laugh?
What was the joke?
all right, Chalk, top 5 most forgettable moments in history. Number 5, number 4,
Okay, nice.
Did that get a good laugh when you told it?
It took a few seconds, but yes.
Damn. I feel like I would kill in front of Stupido's family because that's a pretty low bar joke. I feel like.
David's takeaway is Stupido's family would love me.
Yeah.
I don't know, Dave, man. I showed a Mitch Hedberg. They didn't like it. So
No,
They don't even know who the fuck that is. They're like
No, I've shown
10.
the video. I've shown them his set.
They don't
Your
understand
wife was like
culture.
Mitch
They're
They're,
not 10.
they don't understand culture. They're teenagers.
The culture.
Even your wife doesn't like Mitch Hedberg?
No, she loves him.
Oh,
Okay.
see, that's what counts in my book. I don't care about the kids.
Oh shit, poker.
The kids. Podcast episode.
Fuck them kids.
Hey,
In the
David,
words
you
of
finally
Michael
got it.
Jordan,
Man.
fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids.
Republicans buy shoes too. Damon doesn't care about the kids.
Oh my god.
That's the
Whoever-
podcast title.
Anyone
Finally
get
got
this?
it, buddy.
Who's in this hand? I'm running your pockets.
I'm running your pockets.
Oh,
Dude, if you have a 5
did
and a
we
7.
answer your question, Peaches?
I don't know, but we need to leave. I need to go. It's been so long.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did.
It's been
you
It's
100
basically
minutes.
midnight right
Like,
now.
I feel like all of you answered it actually. So
Perfect.
Nice
It's
hand,
been 100
Leo.
minutes.
it has been.
It has.
Wow.
This is a long one.
Well, thank you, Peaches, for joining us. We really appreciate it and have enjoyed having you here. And we look forward to, seeing you around. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying right now. I'm tired. And
Yeah.
thanks for the top 5 for joining us, as always.
Absolutely.
Caw.
Yes, Peaches, thank you.
And to sing us out, Stupido.
Oh, no.
Oh, I got it again?
Yeah, you said you're going to end with it too.
All right, let's do it.
Caw.
Sing along if you know the words.
I don't.
I can tell them to you.
No.
You can or
I'm
you
gonna pull up the
will.
lyrics page.
I will. Yeah, I'll send it. All right, sing it out. Talking to
Okay.
Peaches. Peaches is keen. Talking to Peaches. Peaches the queen.
Okay, now I hear it. Now I hear it. Now, I don't know how I
Shouldn't it
didn't
be
get
taught-
that.
Should I now
I
ask
love-
my questions?
I love
Peaches,
you,
are
guys.
there millions of you?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes, there
Shouldn't
is.
it be talked to Peaches?
And they're all for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Stupido messed up the tense. We fucking riot. Caw.